Welcome back to another episode of Orators Mic Check Season 2. If you are an athlete in NCR, you have probably heard about them. If you play football, you probably fear them. Their Instagram bio says collecting goals for Ashoka, and they stand by every word of it. In just one semester, they swept through OP Jindal, DTU and Agnipath, their own home ground, walking away with gold every single time. But today, we are not just talking about the trophies. We are talking about what it actually takes to build a team that makes other teams nervous. Today, we sit down with Priyanshi, the captain of Ashoka University's women's football team. Priyanshi, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So before we start talking about the team itself, I wanted to understand your journey into football. That what was your first interaction with the sport? How did you get into it?
Okay, so I started playing when I was in my 5th grade.
Okay.
And that too because my friends used to play football, and they started playing in 4th grade.
Okay.
And in that year, I was just really lost. I did not know what was going on.
Right.
But in my 5th year, when I saw my friends playing, going for tournaments and whatnot, I realized that it is a good opportunity to make friends.
Okay.
And that is how I got into the sport. It was just purely because I wanted to make friends. And in my first year, I did not play much. I was there, I would attend trainings, but I was benched mostly.
Okay.
I did not play at all. I wasn't good enough. So I was mostly benched. So I would watch my other friends play. I would cheer for them. I would get bottles and ORS and all of that for them. So that was my first year experience mostly. But I remember feeling that passion, I wanted to play football, which is why I just stuck to this sport, regardless of how, the team treated me or how, the matches went, or even if I did not get the chance to play, I knew that I wanted to stick to this sport because I just loved playing and I loved my team back then as well. So it was mostly the team and the sport.
So I think it's clearly the dedication that is reflecting on how you talk, that you got from bench to captain now.
Yeah, that is insane. Even till date, when I think about it, it's been a crazy experience and overall a crazy journey as well. I had never imagined in my life that I would ever be a captain. Forget captain, be captain here at Ashoka, in your university. That's the last thing you think about. But yeah, it's been crazy.
Were there any restrictions when you started playing football? Because generally, women in sports is still not very appreciated in our country. So were there any restrictions from people around you?
See, honestly, the first time I started playing football, my parents were really against it.
Okay.
Because they were all my brothers used to also play.
Okay.
So they were fine till the time I was with my brothers and playing with them, or when I'm around them. But they were never fine with just me playing the sport. So there was that restriction till date. There is that restriction in the fact, when I tell my parents that, what, I went for this football tournament, or that, I've been playing, they're just bas hua beta. Take a break now. You rest. Just focus on your academics. Don't get into they've known that I've also been good at academics from my childhood also. So they've been why do both the things? Just do academics. You'll be fine. But I've always wanted to play. And I've always told them. I've showed them that what. I would go back with trophies and medals, and I would show them that what, this is what I really want to do.
Right.
So even after showing them for these many so many years, they've still they have that restriction that don't play as much. Or now they've gotten a lot more comfortable with the fact that I play and that I'm the captain of the team. But initially they wouldn't let me go to the trainings as much. They wouldn't let me attend the training sessions, and I got my coach, my late coach, in fact. He had to sit down with my parents and tell them that
okay,
she's good, let her play. We're taking, and we would go to Bombay, Mumbai and stuff, and that was scary for my parents. This was back in 5th grade and 6th grade, so I was really young as well, so they were just really worried for me, my parents. So my coach would sit down with them and be okay, don't worry, we're taking them, we're also taking female staff, so you don't have to worry about that. So that happened a lot in my childhood, coaches coming at my place, talking to my parents, convincing them that let her play. And now I've come to a point where I am just I'm playing. Let me play. Y'all don't worry about me. I'll be fine. So, yeah.
So they have also developed some confidence over the years. I think
my parents have grown with me, I think, over the years. Initially, I was also a little hesitant because it was new sport, new people. I wanted to make friends, but again, these people are strangers to me. So my parents also considered them as strangers, right? And it was stuff like that. But I built a bond with the team, with my coach. And over the years, I convinced my parents that, they are it's safe and I can take care of myself. And building that confidence takes time, and it has taken years now. They're okay with me going to tournaments. I don't have to tell them much. I just tell them, what, I'm going to this tournament and I'm playing for Ashoka. And that's all I have to tell. I don't have to give them like in-depth details, as to where I'm going, who is with me, or all of that stuff like that. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
But initially it was there quite a lot.
Enough.
Yeah.
So while coming to Ashoka, was it a consideration, the sports facilities on campus?
Yeah, very much. Like, in fact, the outreach member of Ashoka had come to my school.
Okay.
And the first thing I had asked her was, and I'm from Pune first, like I'll clarify, I'm from Pune, where Flame is right next to my school.
Fair. Yeah.
So all my friends were like, just go to Flame, you love playing football.
Yeah.
And they have great facilities.
Amazing ground,
yeah, like they have amazing facilities there. Just play football, here, why go anywhere else? And then Ashoka came, and then I remember that like I wanted a balance between academics and sports. Like I wanted the rigor to be the same in that sense. And after I spoke to the outreach member, I realized that, that this is the place I want to go to.
Okay.
And that was firstly because it was the culture and the community that attracted me. Like that place reminded me of my school in terms of like the community building that we do here, getting along, feeling belonged, all of that stuff. Like that really matters to me. I didn't want to go to a university where I do not feel belonged, right? So the belongingness was there. And then when I spoke to them about the football, women's team, I did not even know back then that there was a football women's team at Ashoka. I did not have Insta back then. So I had not stalked AUWFC. I did not know about AUWFC. So when I spoke to her, I was just like, do you guys have facilities for women's football by any chance? And she was like, yeah, we have women's team. They play, like for us in inter-university competitions and tournaments they go for. And I was just like shocked. And I was like, crazy, like that really attracted me, and that's why I came here, because I knew that I knew that I wanted to go to a university where I will be able to play, because I did not want to leave that behind. I've been playing for so long, and I may not have played nationally or internationally or whatever, but the love for the sport has always been there. It's consistent, regardless. Like even my school, we did not have sports facilities, but the fact that I wanted to play sport was consistent. Like I wanted to play this. I would go for other practice sessions, play with other people who I did not even know. But I would, because I wanted to play. I knew that Ashoka was the right place, because it wasn't just the sport but also the community and the culture. And I had not heard the same thing about the other universities. So I knew sports to hai, like the team is there, but like the culture is also good.
Sports,
that there are people who get along, appreciate each other, respect each other. Of course, there are things that happen, but overall, I knew that there is that team and that there is that sense of belongingness that I'll feel for sure if I go there. And I don't know how. It was just a gut feeling. Like it was there.
Fair. Yeah. I think the feeling was correct, because the student body does have some collective respect for all the sports teams. There is some support from the whole of student body that Ashoka's team is doing something. Now let's talk about the team. You mentioned that you were benched in your first year when you joined initially. So was it intimidating to join the team? Because if you see players, I'm sure you must have seen your seniors play. It could have been an intimidating setting for you.
Yeah, it was intimidating. The thing was, when I had come to campus, they were already here for pre-season training. I had come I had come before the rest of the, the rest of my batch. I'd come a week or two before them. And they had pre-season training, my seniors. And I had met Prem sir, my coach, during some session that they had organized for us. So I met him, and we were playing random mixed football. There were guys and us. We were there, and we were just playing randomly. And he was coaching us, so he was the referee. And then I told him, you know what? I did not have to tell him. He asked me, "Do you want to join the team?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's why I'm here. What do you mean?" And he was like, "But which position do you want to play?" And I was like, "I want to play striker." And then he was like, "We have really good strikers on the team, so be prepared." And I was like, "I'm here to learn." Even if you do not put me there, the position that I want to play, I'm willing to, I'm flexible like that. I'm willing to play wherever you want to, put me, but I want to play. I want to be on the team. That attitude was there from the very beginning. So the first time I met my seniors, I remember, I can't even express the feeling. It was so intimidating. I remember seeing Dhriti, Neeta, Malika, Anghira, all these people, and they were training. They were doing 1-2 touches, and it was right after warm up, and I was a little late. I saw them playing on the field and I was like, I need to go join them. Let's see what's up. And I went and I joined them and they were so welcoming. I have never met people who are so welcoming. Never. Like, I've played so much. I've met so many people, but I've never met people who are just so, like, instantly welcoming. They were so warm. They came, I went there and I was like, sir, I told sir, can I join? And he's like, yeah, because why would he like say no to me? Like, I was there already, you know, with my, studs and everything. So he was like, sure, you can join. He didn't say no. Like, honestly, like, otherwise people say no. Like, other coaches are just like, no, it's just pre-season training. You're not allowed. But he was very welcoming. He was like, okay, sure, join. I joined. And then Dhriti was like, she explained me the drill, that this is what we're doing. You join us. And then I was playing with Malika and I remember, like, I wanted to play, but I was just like scared. Like, what if I, mess up? Like, what if I don't make that pass? Or what if I like don't call it? Because they were calling out, they were talking to each other, which again, something that I've not seen otherwise. Like, in my university experience, I've realized that football is not just about like, like playing just the sport. It's also about building that bond with each other where you can rely on each other. There's that consistency. Whereas with my other experiences, I've mostly played in bits and pieces. So I've never been able to build that bond, sustained bond as such, right? So there isn't that consistent communication. But with these people, day one, they're communicating with me. They're telling me what to do. They're asking me what can, they do. And that was new to me. I had never, like, in my previous experiences, ever have, experienced that. So that was new. It was very intimidating, but also it was like the most welcoming thing someone could have done for me, especially first year. I didn't even know like who these seniors were, but they were so welcoming and they made sure that I was comfortable and that I was enjoying it and not like just scared.
Right.
But yeah.
I think it's very important for any team sport to be coordinating and to have that bond. And I think that is a winning factor for the team that win, like the Ashoka University Women's Football Club. But I want to talk about Prem Sir as well. I was going through an Edict article where they mentioned that Prem Sir was a breath of fresh air. So do you want to elaborate on how Prem Sir is as a coach and how has that helped you? How has he helped you in your journey?
Prem Sir is everywhere. Like, whenever we're going through our ups, amazing things are happening. We're winning. He's there, celebrating, cheering for us. If things are not going well, he's still there, reminding us that, we are all good and it's okay. And that kind of reassurance is needed, like, especially if you want to do well. Like, there will be times when, like, it's not that we've been winning all this while, right? There were moments when we were not winning, we were not doing well. And coach is supposed to stick with you throughout. And he's that person. Like, that I keep saying this, like, whenever, and like anyone, like even during the Edict interview, they asked me, like, what is your relationship like with your coach? And I just said, he's like my father. He'll check on me, like, if I'm not feeling well, if I don't attend the training, if I say, I'm not well, and I don't have to tell him that I'm not well. Even if I put a message on the group, I'm not well, he'll call me up and he'll be like, are you okay?
Oh, that's nice.
What is up? Is everything fine? And that I've not had that experience with anyone else. Like, most coaches are just like, sure, you're not well, fine. Skip training. Or like, they won't put in that much, effort. Whereas this man, he'll call you up, not just with me, he does not do it with me because I'm the captain. He has done that from my day one since, I've joined the team. And that kind of dedication is just incredible. Like, you won't find that in any other coach. Will call you up, ask you about, how are you doing, build that connection with you so that you can feel that, that safety to be able to rely on that person.
Right.
And he's more like our friend. Like, we'll joke around. On the field, we talk about random stuff. But when we are playing, when we are training, we are training. And to be able to balance the two, it's a really tough task. Like, it's tough. But this man does it really well. Like, he balances the two really well. On the field, he'll tell us what we're supposed to do and we listen to him, we respect him. Off the field, we're, messing around, having fun, joking about random stuff, bringing up random anecdotes from our lives, and we're just laughing about stuff. And he's so open. Like, most people, like, even, let's say, if you tell your coach, mostly what happens with women athletes is that they're not able to open up as much, especially when there's a male coach. Talking about, let's say, periods, or talking about something, let's say a breakup happens, or something of that sort, friendship-related issues, relationship-related issues. Most people don't feel comfortable enough to talk to their coach, about those things. But, like, in our team, I felt that, like, we've all built that safe safety net where all of us can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Okay.
Whether it's about personal stuff, about family stuff, about anything it could be. We're willing to talk about it, and he is the one who's facilitating that.
That's
because he's the one who brings in like stuff from his life, and he'll share that with us. His own rituals he has that he'll share with us, and if we like it, we'll be like, okay, sure, let's just go with it. And that's what makes this team like unique and special, especially for me, because we have our own quirks,
right?
And we add that here and there, and it's just fun then, like that way. Like no one is afraid to be themselves. No one is afraid of that judgment, which is mostly there. When we are 30 of us on the team, how do you get along?
Right.
How do you feel safe enough to bring up your opinions without feeling judged or without fearing this other person or the captain or the vice captain? That authority, hierarchy, authority. Yeah, sure. There are times when you have to, take a stand and tell what they're supposed to do or what they're not supposed to do. That is for sure there. But when it comes to other stuff, there is no hierarchy as such.
Right.
There is no one person making the call only. Like we are making a collective decision. We talk to each other and then come up, with the consensus.
Right.
So that is good, and I feel Prem sir is the one who facilitates all of that. He takes the lead mostly. So I like that about him.
Again, in my short lifespan that I've had till now, I feel it's a very important quality. It's very needed, but it's a very unique quality in a person of authority, to be chill when needed and also to be strict and get the thing done when needed.
Yeah.
I think finding that balance is very important. And as you mentioned, Prem sir is obviously doing something right, because you guys have been winning all the tournaments you have been going to.
He's too good like that. I think he's the best coach we could have had. Ashoka's women's football team has been able to do this. Like he's been there with us since 2014 or something. Imagine that long. Yeah, he's been with us. There are people who have reached out to him to coach their team because we keep performing well, and they're like, "Who's your coach?" And they want him to be there, to coach their teams. But he never left us. Never. He could have, he could have.
Yeah.
But he chose not to. Every time. He is always, stuck by our side, and I really appreciate that about him. Like the place that, I don't know, I feel like when I look at him, the things that he goes through to be able to coach us, he comes all the way from Delhi to train us.
Every day. Imagine, like he has to travel for 2 hours to get here, travel 2 hours to go back home. Yeah. He has to 4 days a week.
5 days at times, and sometimes we have weekends, training. Yeah. He does that. He shows up every single day, and showing up is what matters.
Yeah.
Just because he shows up, we show up.
Yeah.
We know that our coach is coming, we have to be there. Like we respect him like that. And when we tell them that we want this training to happen this Saturday, he will show up. And that understanding, I mean, is only built over time. But because he's been there for all these years, he knows that this is what my team needs, and I will show up. And we know what our coach wants, and we will show up. Right. So there's a mutual understanding.
From what I can sense, from what I understand is the one thing that you guys are doing right, that everyone is very passionate and very dedicated towards the sport and the team. So I think that's very important for the team. But anything else that you think is something that makes your team different from other teams? Maybe some technical thing of on the field, but
I did mention like the rituals thing.
Yeah, the rituals thing.
I would like to elaborate on that a little bit, because like in my first year, I don't remember this as much, but like in my third year, since I've become the captain, in the beginning, sir came up to us and he's like, "Oh, let's start praying before our training starts. Okay, let's pray and then train. Okay, then we'll do our warm-ups and then drills or whatever, but we'll pray first."
Right.
That was a new addition that happened.
Okay.
And it changed something. Like we would get together and pray for all those people who are injured, all those people who are not feeling well, who are not okay, and then pray for, our game to go well.
Right.
That kind of changed quite a lot of, just, I don't know, I felt like that connect with the team a lot more. He brought that in, that, ritual. Then there was this other thing that we have so every team has a, what is it? Like the thing you say right before your match starts.
Yeah, a call.
Yeah, the thing that you like scream before your match starts. So initially it was just 1, 2, like it was just 1, 2, 3 Ashoka.
Okay.
This year we changed it to like 3, 2, 1. We are for Ashoka.
Okay.
Like I feel like these are the new additions which change the way you feel about the team.
Obviously.
You feel more belong. Like it's not just Ashoka, but we are for Ashoka. We feel that connect. I don't know where and how this man came up with that, but he brought that in.
Okay.
You know, that sense of, you know, belongingness came through. Like it comes through these little things. And once like this, whatever, like one person in the team takes that lead, you feel a lot more connection with the team and belongingness and just that love for the sport also, because then you feel connected with the team. You know, like this sport is not just an individual sport.
Obviously,
like badminton or like, you know, other sport. It is a sport, team sport. So you need to love the sport, but also you need to feel a connect with the team. And these little rituals, you know, build that connection between us. So that is what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. So again, talking more about rituals, I also wanted to understand, are there any off-field rituals that your team follows? Could be anything. And also expanding on that, what does the pre-season look like? Like, I want to combine with the question, but what does the pre-season? I get it, it's a lot of practice on field, but like off-field as well.
Off-field, we go out a lot. We watch movies together and we play games. And trust me, it's insane. The amount of like arguments that happen in these, you know, little game nights that we do, it's insane. Like I feel like we've gotten so comfortable now that we are willing to go all out. You know, like the kind of arguments you have with your families, but like it's not like toxic as such. It's just so much of teasing and fun and just messing around, which happens across batches again. It's not just seniors doing it or juniors doing it or whatever. Like it's happening across batches. We're all like friends. I never feel that, you know, like I'm a senior. I always feel like, you know, I'm just another player. Like I see this other person arguing with you and I'm arguing back. And it's just like, it's fun because then you know that, you know, you are comfortable enough to just be yourself. And I think during pre-season, we have these, you know, game nights then where we play cards also. We, you know, party a little bit. We watch movies together. But sometimes we just go on walks, you know, for the vibes. We go on walks, talk to each other about random stuff. We play lots of games, like board games as well. So it's mostly just games and fun stuff happening during pre-season. But sometimes we also have like check-ins with the teams, you know, teammates, like one-on-one check-ins to see how everyone's feeling about the team, how are they doing, are they okay, if there's anything that they want to share. So these, I feel like group check-ins are important and game nights make that happen. But then individual check-ins are also important, and that happens during pre-season when we check in with them. And it happens right before a semester starts, right? So we get like an understanding of how this person's feeling and like how much can we push them this sem, or what is something that we need to work on. And that helps us, you know, set our expectations also from each other. So that is good. But yeah, so that's what we do like during pre-season. But mostly it's fun. It's just fun, messing around, going out, eating food together. Sometimes we just do like day in Delhi or whatever. We do random stuff like that and make reels. We make so many reels. By now you must have understood from our AUWFC account. Like we love making reels. Like sometimes we have nothing else to do, we'll just make reels. And so that is also fun. Like,
I luckily I have been on campus for the last 2 pre-seasons because this pre-season I was working for Agnipat, so I was there early on campus. Last semester I came early because of O week for juniors. So I have seen how fun that is for the athletes and I've heard about it. And talking about the reels, that was next on my agenda to talk about. If anyone on campus hasn't seen an AUWFC reel, they're probably living under a rock. So who manages the page?
Our main manager right now is Khwahish. Khwahish Khurana. And then now we are also delegating work because, you know, seniors have more work to do. So we have gotten Ayana on the board. She's our, you know, assistant manager. So she's there. Along with that, Udyoma is also there. Udyoma, first years mostly and second years. third years are not that active, when it comes to social media. We'll keep it, like we'll let them do it. We'll let our juniors take care of that. And then they come up to us and they're like, oh, this reel, we have to make this reel. And then we, contribute to that. That's our part. That's our role. We just contribute to the reel they want us to make, but otherwise it's mostly the juniors.
So are you planning to open inductions for social media team, especially for the football club?
We did that right before Magnus, which is when we inducted Ayana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it happens like impromptu. If like our manager is not available, then we have assistant managers and then like assistant managers, whoever's available, and then they come up with real ideas.
How do you guys come up with the ideas? Is it just random thing you see on the Instagram feed, or it's someone's creativity?
Sometimes it is creativity, but sometimes mostly it's like just most of us are scrolling like half of the time. And we love watching again football reels and all of that. So whatever ideas resonate with us, we just go with it, go with the vibe. That's what we do. Mostly it's Quiet and Ayana, and they keep sending those on the group and they're like, let's do this. And if we like it, we just go with it. And that's how it's done.
I think you guys should monetize your page. It will help. It will help you in your daily trips during the preseason.
It's a good idea.
You should consider that. I also wanted to talk about that sports at Ashoka is already very academically hectic. So how do you manage sports and your academics? Because it could be very difficult managing your courses.
It's very difficult because especially this sem, we had back-to-back tournaments. We had Magnus, which is right after mid-sem break. So that happened. UPS happened. Christ happened. UPS and Christ were like so close. So it's tough. It's really tough. I don't think, when I tell my friends that, what, we have these many tournaments, they're like, how do you even do that? Without any other commitment, we are not able to manage the course load. How do you do that? And I think it's mostly the dedication and pulling all-nighters. There are days when most of the team is in the library studying the entire night, going the next day giving exams, and then we get coffee for each other. We know we have to do this. If we really want to play this sport, we will have to put in the extra effort, pull all-nighters, or study on the weekends, not go out. There are so many weekends we don't go out, or even on weekdays we can't go out because we have training. Most of our social life is also just limited because of this. Because we are, we're committed to the training every single day. Then CCs happen on Wednesday, so people don't even get time to go out. Then weekends we have training at times. This semester, because we had so many back-to-back tournaments, we kept training on the weekends as well. So that is exhausting. And then we need break at times just to, calm down. It's okay. We need a break like that sometimes. So to do that self-care, check-in, all of that. So it is tough. It's really tough. In fact, there are days when I have to push the team and be like, guys, show up. Even if it is just for 30 minutes, show up. And the fact that they do show up says a lot about the team. I have to put that one message that please show up 30 minutes, and they will show up. And even that those, it's just the little things again. If you don't show up and if you don't care about the team as much, then you're not going to see it in the results. You'll not see it in the performance. So it's mostly managing, pulling all-nighters, talking to professors, asking for extensions at times. There are professors who give extra excused absences as well, which is covered under the sports policy. But there are again professors who do not consider that at all. And I mean, I would because we are putting in so much effort, in the end we are representing Ashoka only.
Obviously,
and it's just that professors also there are professors who cooperate, who coordinate with us, and there are professors who do not, and to them we have to write emails and be like, please let us. And then sports office has been great support throughout. They will if we need any sort of absence of through from some classes, or if we need some extension for an assignment as such, they help us, they support us, they acknowledge our presence and participation in everything that we're doing. So their support adds to that, right? You show some credibility that it's not just random hobby stuff, but something that we are, committed to and want to do. That understanding is there. So I think it's mostly individually we are doing a lot of stuff on our own, but the community the sports community that we have on campus has also been quite supportive.
Right.
Sports office, sports ministry, they've all been there like throughout with the policies and on-field support, off-field when we have any sort of queries, concerns, they show up.
Right.
And they're always there, and which is really important, like to be able to go up to them and book office hours and speak about stuff. So I think that is what helps us, but mostly it's just pulling all-nighters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again on social life. So a lot of people, just for example, I am very involved in club societies, etc. So do you guys get time apart from the practice and the academics to join such club societies? How do you manage that?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I am the president of SOBAC as well, along with
that's
the captain of this team. We have our own fest coming up, Summers. So we do a lot of stuff. Like, it's not limited to football only. Some people also, they're part of like crazy clubs on campus. There's this consultancy club.
ACC,
like my teammates text on the group out today because I have this club interview, and I'm like, what? Crazy. And my keeper, in fact, she's also part of Gym Jam. There's some performance that they do. Like, we are doing like other stuff as well. It's not just limited to football. We're part of other clubs. People who are interested in music go for Vista. People who are interested in theatre do, TGR or their own independent productions. Like, people are up to crazy stuff. They're making their own music, like composing their own music and stuff. And it's insane. It's insane to see that I have such a, multi-talented, teammates. They're all doing crazy stuff, but they will show up for training. Right. Regardless.
That's very important.
That is important. Showing up is important, but I really appreciate that, I mean, in my first year, I couldn't. Like, I was only dedicated to football. I was like, football and SOBAC. I was a member. So member is fine. Not too much work. Then second year, when I became the HOD, I was like, how am I going to do it? And I was still like a team player only. And my third year, I was like, now I'm going to go all out. And I became the captain and
the president.
And I see that kind of dedication in every other player on my team. Like, they will do football and they will run right after the training to some club meeting, and then they'll pull an all-nighter to be able to complete that assignment and like survive on, 2 hours of sleep. So
that's crazy dedication, because I've been trying to go for shooting practice 4 days a week, and I have class, I have assignment, and some or the other way there is something that comes up. But if someone's managing sports academics and other club societies, hats off, because we did a podcast with TGR as well. They also mentioned that how big of a commitment theatre is. So if someone is managing sports and theatre, that's crazy. I need to talk to them on how to manage time effectively.
I mean, more than like, it's mentally it's tiring, but physically it's so exhausting.
Exactly.
Like, after training, you've spent 2 hours running around. You're out of breath, you're barely able to stand, but then you're going for a club meeting after that. You're going to the library and pulling an all-nighter. Like, it's not easy. It's really tough. Like, physically you're exhausted, but mentally you have to push yourself to be able to complete that assignment or to do that reading. It's not easy. But I've seen, like I said, my team is like insane like that. They're all, how do I put it? Like, they're all resilient.
Right.
They won't give up. They will show up and they will put in that effort. They will talk. Like, there are also people who will, like, bring it up that, there's too much work, I can't do today. And it's so important to acknowledge that as well. There are days when your teammates will need that break.
Fair enough.
And you give them that. You don't push them too much as well. And that understanding again needs to be there amongst the teammates and the captain and vice captain. And I think that helps. That balance needs to be there. 1 day, 2 days off is needed.
Right.
So
what does the practice look like right now? Because reading week is approaching, exam week is approaching. So are people still very consistent?
So we just had our DTU tournament.
So obviously you have a resting week right now.
We do, like, because the APL is happening, we can't train. So that's the thing. Otherwise, we're going to keep training, but the field is not available. So we don't have training this week. Next week, we have training. It's all going to be fun and vibes, and we'll, of course, train also, do some drills. But, reading week, we'll not have training. So that's something. Reading week and finals week, we don't have training. We keep it, limited to the SEM. But exams, like when it gets closer to the exams and, submissions are too much and it gets too heavy academically, then we take like
Okay.
we take a pause then.
Are you playing APL?
Yeah, I am playing APL.
Which team are you playing for?
Pineapple Express, Penguin Club. You heard? Pineapple Express, yeah.
Yeah, so they were running a team in ABA as well.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah,
in fact,
won. ABA. Yeah, they beat us.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, they are. I think they have been a legacy team in all the tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously APL would also affect. How was the auction?
Oh, let's. I mean, it was horrible.
Oh, why so?
Because like all these years I've seen how NCM players are, treated.
Yeah.
And this year was even worse because like at least in my first year, like NCM players were bid for maximum, the amount was like, I think 45 something, 50.
Okay, yeah.
This year the max was what, 29.
Oh,
and that's so disappointing.
That's very low, yeah.
Like considering that all of us train every single day, we've given it, like we know how to play.
Yeah.
Like we've been training all this while, we show up, and the results, like the medals say it all. I don't have like the performance,
obviously.
The results say it all. I don't have to emphasize on that. But till date, people like even at Ashoka do not consider NCM players as players.
Yeah.
I don't know why they consider them as liability. And it's been there, of course, like women athletes are not treated as equals. But at least at Ashoka, I wasn't expecting this. And my first year, I was shocked. Second year also, I was like, what is this? And third year, I've just come to realize that like it has to change, like systematic, like in the system there's some fault. Like it's not individuals
totally agree.
Or anything, it's something in the system. And this year auction was even worse. Like I just realized that like people who are so good were bid for so less. Like they were all steals, all of them. Like, and there were people who were not willing to buy NCM players, and they were waiting for that moment where they'll just move on and they can buy these players for lower price. And it's just upsetting to see that happening.
I totally
Especially
agree.
when I know how capable my team is. They are much better than half of the CM players, more than half in fact. And they're all good. And I don't know why they, like, even after doing so well, we have to go around proving ourselves that we are good enough, like you should buy us or whatever. I mean, it's not that deep. People keep saying that it's not it's not that deep and don't make a big deal out of it. It's fine or whatever. But it is a big deal.
But I think it shows a major trend of how women athletes are treated.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that as well, not just on campus, but outside campus as well. But since you have brought up on campus, like, do people take women's sports as seriously, non-cis sports as seriously, athletes as seriously as cis men's athletes?
See, I'd say that they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They appreciate, NCM players training, performing well. But like at the end of the day, if we have a friendly match, we'll have like 2 or 3 people showing up from the student body. If there is a men's team, some match going on, half of the Ashoka will be there to cheer, to watch their game. It's not fair. Right. Like it says a lot about the community.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't show up to cheer, you may just be like we did not have time or whatever. But you did have time for men's team.
Yeah.
You could have taken out half an hour. Our matches aren't even that long. Right? All you have to do is just show up, cheer for the team. And I feel like that shows how serious you are also about the teams that you're supporting on the on campus. And I've noticed it quite a lot, especially as this year when I've become the captain. I had certain expectations.
Okay.
And when I realized that these expectations are not being met from the student body, I was really disappointed.
Fair enough.
And I don't know why I have to bring it up. Like it is something that I expected y'all would understand on your own. That our girls are playing, let's go cheer for them. If you can think about that, like think of your men's team like that. Why can't you think of our women's teams also? Our volleyball team, like women's, they've also had so many friendly matches. People rarely go. Like people rarely show up to support. And support is important. Like if you're there on the sidelines and you're cheering for your team, they'll feel that you know what, we have people who believe in us as well. And sometimes that external validation helps.
Yeah, obviously.
Like it's not a bad thing as such that like sometimes my team is like, bro, like we don't need them, it's okay. And I agree, we do not, like we've been doing it on our own, we will continue doing it on our own. Our coach is there, the entire team is there, sports office there, sports ministry is there, but having the community support you is a different feeling.
I agree.
And I have not noticed that enough this year, and even before that I have not noticed that enough, like people showing up to cheer, to support. Our men's team is there, they're always there, they support us, they show up, and that I truly appreciate. Like even like the other athletes, they show up. If we tell them that you know what, we have a match, friendly is going on, they will show up. Other athletes are showing up no matter what, like they try their best. But like when it comes to the student body, I don't know why they favor the men's team matches or whatever, like over women's. And that's a little, like that's very disappointing, not just little, like.
Right. I agree, because when your university is cheering for you, that can also be a motivational driver for you on ground. It can help you push yourself more, I think.
It's not just about that. Like I feel like our game gets better on the field. You know, it's something like it's separate. But training and all that makes it better. But I feel like when you show up, it just shows that you support us. And you care about us. That's all. Like that's all that comes to my mind, because we're participating, we're representing Ashoka, and if you reciprocate the same feeling, then it builds that bond also. You feel that belongingness within that community as well, that we are not a separate team who's doing whatever on their own, but we're part of this community, that we are doing our own thing, and we have people who aren't just talking about us but are actually showing up to support us. So that, like, there's a difference between showing and telling. You can go around telling that our women's team is the best and never show up for their matches, or you can show up, cheer for them, and go around talking about them because you've watched how they play. And that there's a difference, right? So
I think it also represents the broader trend, because Ashoka still, I feel, is a space where people are encouraged, people are supported to do things. But outside campus, I think women's sports in India is still very underappreciated. And considering, if we talk to anyone about sports in our country, it's about cricket. But football is already underappreciated, and then again, if you are a women athlete, you barely get that recognition you deserve. Do you think there could be some systematic changes that you have in your mind, that you must have experienced through your journey, that there needs to be these changes?
It's something that I noticed recently. This did not happen here at Ashoka. This happened at Christ University. The captain of the team came up to me right after Magnus, and she said that, you know what, we're organizing this fest, sports fest, please come. And this was during weekdays, which is why we were hesitant also, because we were like, oh no, like we'll have classes, how are we going to miss classes for this tournament and everything. But one thing that she said which really struck with me was that we need to give the others an exposure.
Fair enough.
That's what she said. She told me that, you know what, we need to give others, the sports office at Christ, or like people who are studying there, an exposure as to what women athletes are capable of. And that gave me goosebumps, because I was just like, bro, like here at Ashoka, we have people who are like in the administration who are supporting us, encouraging us. But there are people out there who have zero support. No one's supporting them. Like they have that drive, they want to play, they want to go for tournaments, but no one's supporting them. Administrations are supporting them. Student body is not there. And even otherwise, how are you going to make it happen on your own alone? Like you need some people who support you, right? So, I mean, I feel like systematically, just in the system, what we could change is giving, like, I don't know, getting more people to just show up, or trying to schedule our matches around the time where more people can come, or doing it after men's team matches or something, because like it's just like we'll have to do something about it. And what the thing is, at this point, our strength is that people do show up for men's matches. If that's the case, let's keep our matches after there, so that let's see how many people stay.
That's a good
and
idea.
then we can talk about it. We can bring it up, or I feel like if they are there for men's team matches, they will, if it is right after their matches, they will stay mostly. And I mean, I think that is one thing, like at the top of my head right now, that is one thing that we could do. And other than that, I feel like with men, like women athletes, there aren't enough tournaments also around.
Okay.
Like in Delhi, there are very few tournaments that we go to. Because they don't have, let's say, especially with football, there are very few football teams.
Yeah.
Like who are playing on university level. Like of course there are clubs and stuff, but we don't play with clubs because they train every day and night.
Yeah.
So they're really good.
Okay.
They're like too good. But I'm just saying that like we need to have more practice matches, so that we as a team can also, perform better,
Right.
get more time, exposure, and try to take it beyond inter-university as well, and see if we are, like there is this All India some tournament as well, where women get that chance to represent,
Okay.
So like I feel like we need to have more opportunities and exposure,
Right.
not just for the women athletes, but for others as well. And we need
Okay.
to talk more about it and show up. Like what happened with like cricket, women's cricket, in India, was that people started supporting them when they reached the, finals.
Yeah. After they reach the World Cup finals.
After they reached the World Cup finals, right? They were not like, before that, no one even knew, or people were taking that much interest as such. Only when they reached the finals was when they realized, oh, like, let's support.
Yeah.
And it's for India or whatever. Like, so, and now here, even after reaching finals and doing so well, people have not seen us play as much. So they are just like, yeah, they're good. They're all good, but they've not seen us play. So it's all just like, word of mouth. No one has really seen how good we are. So they assume that, maybe it's just they have easier teams, which is why they're winning. But that's not the case. Like, we're fighting on the field. We're giving our, days and nights to train.
Right.
If you don't see it, it does not mean it's not happening. It is happening. So I feel like people need to see it.
Right.
And that will only happen when, let's say, media also gets involved and they showcase or represent the team or something of that sort. So showcasing maybe, or talking more about it, or just giving more exposure to the student body, in that sense, where they get to see us play. That could be something.
Right. I really like the idea of keeping the matches after men's matches, because it's not, I don't think it's a very voluntary thing for a lot of people that we don't want to go watch women's matches, but it's just that I've never been to one, and I have a assumption.
Notion,
I have a preconceived notion. I have an assumption that, okay, not that serious. But if they see one match of how much effort you put on field, how serious you take the sport, I think then that person will come again and again. They'll keep supporting the team. So I think it's that one exposure you need to, and that awareness you need to create in amongst the people. Also, coming back to the sports policy that you mentioned about the sports absence, I was in sports ministry when they were discussing this policy, and it came into action last year. I also did a podcast with Sanya, who was the Minister of Academic Affairs last year, under whom this policy came into action. Are there any other things, like certain pain points you can observe right now that sports ministry or the sports office or the student body can work towards, or policies they can work towards?
I think the absences was a great addition, but along with that, like, it's not guaranteed.
Right.
Like, it's something, it depends on the professor.
It's also on the professor,
And again, like, I understand that, the professor gets to decide depending on, their workload and whatever their expectations are from their students. But students, we come here to study, obviously, but we have a life beyond that.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? And if we take, let's say, some students like from the team had to take, some classes off for like tournaments, and it wasn't even considered as excused absence for them. because it was just absence. You were not there. You didn't show up, regardless of what your reason is. You didn't show up. So it's just like you marked absent. And other than that, like, I don't know, like, I feel like this could be something that could become like mandatory or something. The excuse absence thing. But I don't know how many professors going to agree with that, because of course people have, like, we have a standard here academically as well. There is that academic rigor. So professors do have their own standards that way. But for sports athletes, we need to do like something, especially where it is like a guaranteed thing and not something that depends on the professor. Because even when the sports office acknowledges our participation, it depends on the professor to whether they give that absence or not. Excuse absence or not. And that I learned recently when Akshit sir told me that, okay, we can reply to that email and say that you've participated, but at the end of the day, it's their choice. So it needs to be taken more seriously, that for sure. But secondly, I feel like the entire semester we're just running around doing so many things, along with football. Like people, like I said, we have other things going on as well. But I've never, like, we need to have more like fun activities, like organized fun activities, and
around
like
sports.
Around sports could be, but like something that's not so stressful. Like
if you could give an example.
Yeah, for instance, like we have during preseason. Preseason is the time where we're supposed to chill and train, right? But that is led by us, the captains. We are the ones who are deciding what we'll do, when we'll do. But if someone has not had that kind of experience, having someone like, let's say, Jazba organizing fun event only for student athletes or something of that sort, where it's just relaxing, where they're doing fun stuff, playing games, but it's led by someone else. So there isn't too much pressure on the team or the captains. Does that make sense? Something that's external.
So it's also that's led the pressure on the leadership of the team or the captains to make sure that everyone is involved, everyone is participating, everyone is having fun. But like, if there is an external organizer, the captains can also have the fun. The whole team can bond together.
And it's something that's led by someone else. So you can enjoy and not be worried about what's going to happen next or what do we do next. Then that way the burden is also reduced. Because sometimes the captain is like, okay, what do you guys want to do? And they're like, what do you want to do? And that just gets too like, like stressful for everyone in the team, because we don't know what we're supposed to do and we're already exhausted from all the training. So something that's organized like Sobo and APL, ABA, these are fun activities that are supposed to be less stressful. But at the end of the day, again,
they become the most... get less stressful,
It's just more stressful. Like, we have to play matches and it's fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. It's fun. It's that time of the year where you are meeting so many people, hanging out with people late at night, enjoying yourself. It's fun. But like for teams, I'm saying, like, if we were to like do something beyond that, like more than just training, more than just keeping it so serious. Like, serious is important. Training every day is important, but having breaks, which is not led by the team, but like, let's say by sports ministry, or if cultural ministry has some ideas, they could take some initiative or something of that sort, so that the team also gets some time to relax and is not just constantly thinking about tournaments after tournaments. So that I was thinking.
Yeah, it would be a good initiative by the sports ministry to take up fun events for the teams, for the athletes. Yeah. That's a good idea. So coming towards the end of the podcast, I wanted to talk about are there future opportunities out after Ashoka for athletes on campus? Like, are there coaches or recruiters who, like, what's the process if someone is playing at Ashoka, and how, if they want to build a future in the sport, how they can do that?
So as far as I know, right now, placement cell is looking for opportunities, like where people who are interested in sports and want to build a career can do that. There's this KPMG conclave that's happening. That's happening. That is like a great initiative by the placement cell, like placement cell, where they've combined the two, sports and building a career out of it. So management, sports management. So that is good. People who are interested are taking that up. But when it comes to playing professionally as such, I don't think as of yet we have anything where, like, we can talk to a coach, and if you're really good, they will recommend us to clubs and we can play for clubs. But like, can you make a career out of it professionally? That depends on your networking individually, and how many contacts do you have? Have you built any contacts? And yeah, it's mostly like individual. Like I don't think right now there is anything like on campus as such for people who are interested in playing professionally.
Right.
But when it comes to, like, let's say sports management, sports sciences, all of that, it's there. Like even global education of office, they have like study abroad for, let's say, sports psychology or sports sciences for people who want to get into that field.
Yeah.
There is that opportunity to pursue that further academically, but like when it comes to playing, I think we have enough opportunities for that.
Even when I was going through any opportunities that Ashokans have, it was more of, you can go into sports management, you can go into organizing sports.
Yeah,
but it's
physiotherapy. And it's like
nothing around playing the
sport. So that's a little gets missing. It's not there. But that is something that I feel like could be worked upon. Like if we could get, like even when we have, let's say, Agnipath or when we have APL, if we get like recruiters to come and watch, and if they like anyone, if they feel that they have the potential, they can reach out to those individuals. And I think it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like you don't have to make like an announcement as such, because I mean you could, for people who are interested and want to reach out, they can reach out to these recruiters and tell them that I'm interested in pursuing this professionally. Do you think I have scope? And those kind of conversations need to happen.
Yeah.
And like I also believe that it has to be done by the individuals, like sports athletes themselves as well. Like they go up to the place themselves, tell them that this is what I'm looking at. Do you have anything for me? And I have like heard about people who have gotten that case by case support.
Right.
So, but why make it case by case when there is this entire community? You have like 150 student athletes on campus playing several sports. If they want to pursue something, have some career counseling session for these sports athletes as well, which did happen this year.
Okay.
In fact, we did have like a workshop where organized by sports office only, where they told us about the different career options for people who are interested in sports, like sports management, sports sciences, people who want to play and all that. But that's just informational.
Okay.
Information is good, it's helpful, but what do I do with that information? Needs to be also communicated.
So there is no structured pathway for out after Ashoka.
Yeah, there isn't, not yet. Like I feel like that can be something that we can, work on.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this lovely conversation.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was wonderful talking about football and about my team. And it's crazy. Like 1 year, the season has come to an end. And it will be one of my best.
You guys have had.
One of my best seasons ever, because we've given it our all through and through from the very beginning.
Clearly.
From the preseason to training on weekends to training on Wednesdays after CCs. Like it's been insane. And the kind of dedication AUWFC has shown to me is again incredible.
Right.
Like they are the ones who have, like I told them the same thing, that whatever y'all tell me, whatever you show me, I'll reflect the same energy. Yeah. And throughout this, the result is a reflection of the energy of the team, and the energy just says it all. That we are all passionate, we want to give it our all, and we want to win. Like at the end of the day, it's all about just performing well and doing well as a team. So I'm really proud, like especially DTU, both our teams went, and Ashoka Blue won, Ashoka Red came second. It was crazy, like seeing that intense match. If people would have been there, they would have been amazed by the amount of, like progress we've made as a team. And I think that is something that we need to talk about, that, we have 30 players and they're all equally amazing, great at this sport, and, just amazing teammates as well. So thank you so much for having me here and letting me talk about my team, because I clearly love my team.
Obviously, because if in an external tournament, 2 teams of the same university are reaching the finals, that says something about the team, about the university, about the players, and about the students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.